I'm Ed Roberts, and I'm a group leader at the CRUK Scotland Institute. What my lab works on is we look at how the immune system recognises cancer and how your response to cancer begins, and maybe why that isn't as strong as we would like, and how can we improve that. So the reason it's really important to use imaging is that we've made really big discoveries about cancer by looking at cells in a dish and sort of looking at, what are the processes going on inside them using sort of chemical methods. But what's become really apparent in the more recent time is that not all cells act the same way. And there's sort of differences between different cells, and that can be in their chemical properties, but it could also be in how they're shaped, how they move, how they interact with each other. And those kind of things we can really only see by actually getting a microscope and looking at how they act and, seeing, well, who's talking to who? How do they change after they do that? What are the key interactions that drive some of those things that we want to study in cancer? So when do they start to spread? Are there interactions that lead to that? Are there interactions that prevent them from growing more? And what are those different things? And this is really key with the immune system, where different cells need to coordinate your response. And so we use imaging a lot to understand who are the good actors, so who are preventing cancer, and how are they doing it, and who are the bad actors. And this we can all start to do by using really advanced imaging techniques to study those interactions and just sort of kind of eavesdrop on the conversations going on inside the cancer.
I'm Maike de la Roche, and I have my laboratory here at the CRUK Cambridge Institute. And my lab is focusing on understanding an ancient signaling pathway involved normally in embryonic development in immune cells. And we want to understand this in order to really improve potentially therapeutics or make better therapeutics using the immune system to fight cancer. And why we also are very much interested in imaging the immune system and working together with that is because we see this also as the way to really understand mechanistic details that we then can act on. We run a workshop called Imaging Immunity, and we run this in September this year in 2024. The workshop was kindly funded by the Cancer Research UK Cambridge Centre. The workshop was dealing with a type of the immunity that is targeting the cancer cells specifically, and also the cells that help them to present. So this is called adaptive immunity. The workshop was really designed to bring our CRUK family of institutes. It brought together experts in imaging from Oxford, from Glasgow, from Cambridge, and also from London. And we wanted to give not only young investigators the chance to really shine, and also make this a platform to share and experiences, but ultimately also access to advanced imaging techniques. Because as had already alluded to, the imaging is really becoming more complex. There are expensive microscopes and a lot of expertise to really tease this out, but the rewards are unparalleled. And we're extremely fortunate to have one of the leaders in the field, Marco Fritsche, joining us as a keynote speaker. And he is the Zeiss Imaging Center of Excellence Director and also a senior group leader at the Kennedy Institute in Oxford. And he has been, over the years, really at the forefront in developing novel imaging techniques. He was able to show us using high-end light sheet microscopy to really go into the interactions between tumor cells, and in this case T cells, and destroy them. He then also thinks about how we can give it in scale, make microscopy quantitative and image lots of these anti-tumor reactions at the same time in the thousands. And he even opened up another aspect by really taking patients' tissue and imaging in the tissue. So that was really from the very, very specifics of actin dynamics to broader scale human tissue imaging.
The workshop was just a really great opportunity to bring together people with different perspectives and expertise. And what it really highlighted was some of the challenges that we face around sort of how do we analyze this amazing amount of data, but also how do we bring in these new imaging approaches that will let us look at thousands of interactions so we can make sure that we're not focusing on one strange thing and really getting hung up on something unusual. So with the need to image a lot to make sure we're looking at a real representative sample of what's going on and this huge amount of data, it really highlighted some things that we can bring to help each other out, and also areas that we need to keep looking for new solutions. And next year at the CRUK Scotland Institute, we're hoping to have a sort of an immunology workshop. And as part of that, we're going to bring people from this back together so that we can continue that dialogue and still keep pushing these things forward. Because, we've identified challenges that we have at the moment, but we always want to be more ambitious. There's always more advanced imaging. There's bigger questions that we'll be able to answer. And they're all going to come with new challenges. And so it's important that we keep speaking to each other to make sure that we can all move forward as fast as possible.